Cool.
All right, Zach, what's going on? Go ahead and just introduce yourself.
Yep. So I'm Zach Currier. I'm a professional lacrosse player. Um, I was born and raised in Peterborough, Ontario, which is a pretty big lacrosse town. Some big names came out of there: John Grant Jr., Tracy Kelusky, Sean Evans. So plethora of guys that I had to look up to growing up, and was just kind of drawn into the sport from a very early age. Ended up playing for the Peterborough Lakers growing up through minor, junior, and senior A. Went to high school at Culver Academies in Culver, Indiana, before I was recruited to Princeton to play Division 1 there. Unfortunately, didn't have any national championships or Ivy League championships at Princeton, but we had a good team. I was named All-American 2 times while I was there, and then I was drafted into um, the NLL and the MLL at the time, first round picks in both of those. And then throughout my career, I've been able to play for my national team for Team Canada for indoor, outdoor, and sixes, which has been a very cool experience being able to put on that jersey. And then professionally, I've been able to win 3-man cups with the Peterborough Lakers in Senior A League, and a national or an NLL title with the Calgary Roughnecks, and also an MLL title with the Denver Outlaws, and a PLL title with the Philadelphia Water Dogs. So been all over the map, kind of involved in everything you can do at the professional level, and then I've also been able to get myself in the door with our union for the NLLPA. I was elected as our president in 2020, and I'm currently in my second 3-year term as president of the PA. So it's been a very cool position, and I'm very thankful to be able to help out the guys and then get back to our sport a bit.
Awesome. Tell me about any career stuff you've got going on off the field.
So I have the position with the NLLPA as the president, and then I've been able to work with Warrior Sports, who are actually located in Michigan. So I've been working with them as a product development engineer for about a year and a half through 2018, 2019, and then moved into a I guess a sponsored athlete role with helping out with the product as well from 2020 until now. And then just kind of doing a bit of coaching here and there, and just making sure I'm ready to go for the next game, which is usually every week.
Awesome. Awesome. So talk to me about your Athletic Republic journey so far. So how did you hear about us? What was sort of what was the motivation for Athletic Republic being the location for your in-season training?
So I moved to a new location in Michigan, and was just kind of looking around to see what was available. There were a couple gyms that popped up. Athletic Republic was one that stuck out to me just because of the turf that they had in there, a lot of freedom to kind of run around, do any sports specific training. And I also saw that they're one of the gyms for the Team USA lacrosse team. So I thought that was a pretty fitting spot for me to be. Although I'm playing for Team Canada, at least it's lacrosse specific, and they know what I'm doing out on the floor and out on the field. So I thought it was a great fit, and it turned out to be a good one.
Awesome. So once you were able to finally sink your teeth into the training, talk to me about that experience. What were some of your favorite pieces of equipment, types of training that you were able to utilize, and how it sort of translated to the field?
So I ended up going into Athletic Republic 3 days a week. The schedule that I ended up going with was usually plyometrics on Monday. Then I would go follow that with some training, lower body training. And then I would do back pedal or treadmill. Those were kind of interchangeable, but some treadmill work, either forwards or backwards, and then an upper body day. And then on Thursdays, I would do a bit of a primer. I was very skeptical at first of the back pedal on the treadmill, but turned out that it was actually the hardest thing for me to do training wise. It ended up strengthening my legs more than I thought it would. I ended up developing muscles I didn't even know were there. First time I did it, my hamstrings were tight in a few spots for a couple days, but after my first time getting back on there. They felt fine, and it just goes to show that no matter what kind of training I was doing on the floor or on like in the gym myself, there were some muscles that I weren't hitting, and Athletic Republic helped me find them. And then as for my favorite exercises, I really like the multi-hip machine. That was phenomenal. I've moved into Calgary for the rest of the season. I'm definitely missing having that machine around, so I'm excited to get back to Athletic Republic in the next month or so. And then really enjoyed the plyometrics and the treadmill work. I thought my running form got a lot more efficient. I've seen results on the field. I feel like I'm in better shape. I'm a little bit quicker. I'm a little bit faster also. So um, great results from training with Athletic Republic.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, what are aspirations rest of the season? As I know you're still on the NLL side of things, and how do you expect that that Athletic Republic will sort of fall into that sort of projection for the rest of your calendar year as you move forward?
So rest of the season, we got to make a playoff push here. We got two regular season games left with Calgary Roughnecks, and I'm really relying on all the work that I've put in the past 20 weeks. And it's been a year where we've really struggled to get the results on the floor, but by no means is that a result of me not working hard enough or not being in shape. I feel like this is one of the best years I've been conditioning wise, and it's really shown on the field with just my ability to play more minutes and be out there and firing on all cylinders. So um, Athletic Republic is a spot that I see myself training for the foreseeable future. I'm really excited to see how it can help me in the field lacrosse game this upcoming summer with the plyometrics. I've really felt more explosive just with my dodging. Currently, I'm in a defensive role with the NLL. So I haven't really been able to put that stuff to the test because I'm not playing as much offense. But it's one of the things I'm really excited about for this upcoming season is putting my plyometric work into my dodging routines and seeing where I can get more explosive movements and more separation from defensemen. So really looking forward to seeing how that pans out.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you. This is a question I didn't necessarily prep you for, but if you were a youth lacrosse player, you're just getting started, you're getting the fundamentals of the game down, you're just starting to sink your teeth into what it means to be a competitive lacrosse player. What words of wisdom would you have for them just as athletes in general, as lacrosse players? And how would you suggest they do you see Athletic Republic being a way for them to be able to to enhance their game at the fundamental youth level?
Absolutely. So, first thing, lacrosse, tell us to everybody, keep that stick in your hand, get as much wall ball in as possible. Your stick should be your best friend. You got to keep that thing with you as much as you can and hit the wall as much as you can. Make sure your skills are sharp. And then, as for Athletic Republic coming in there, they've got the space, they've got nets. You can go in there and train, work on whatever skills you want outside your workouts if the turf is free. And then, the running form is something that I wish I was able to work on from a young age because I was never really taught how to run efficiently. I just was naturally a kind of a better runner than the average kid. And I never worked on form, never worked on technique or efficiency or anything like that. And coming into Athletic Republic and really breaking that down into a science has been very beneficial for me, and I'm a math and science guy, so it all makes sense in my brain, and I've been able to implement it as best I can as a 29-year-old. But if I found this place as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, basically as young as you can get getting into the gym and working on this stuff, I feel like that would have really benefited me. So my advice would be to get in there, get your work in on the turf, and try to work on that running form because you can never work on it too much, and you can always get more efficient. You can always get faster, stronger, more explosive. So those would be my two pieces of advice for any young kids out there.
Awesome, man. That was great. No, you've been a pleasure to work with as an athlete, and it's been awesome getting to know you off the field a little bit as well. So appreciate you being a part of the AR family. Any other parting words you'd have for any athletes out there from youth up to the collegiate professional level?
You just got to put in the work. It's not just gonna happen. Everyone that gets to the level that they're at the professional level puts in the work.
Awesome. Awesome, Zach. Well, here, let's wrap up the recording.